Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm going to show you guys how to cut my shirts because I've been asked a lot, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a tutorial. I'm going to do a couple of different ways because I've been asked about a specific shirt. The one I was specifically asked about, I guess is in a picture, is this shirt of mine, my green St. Patrick's Day Avenged Sevenfold shirt. Yeah, I'll link the picture to that so you can see what it looks like when I wear it. But the one I'm wearing right now is just the basic, like, across the top kind of thing. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then from there I'm going to do the other thing. It's pretty simple, so yeah. So you can basically decide, like, how far across, like, you know, how wide you cut. Basically depends on, like, how far you want it to hang off. So yeah, I'm just gonna model it on My Chemical Romance shirt. Usually I use a Sharpie, just make little marks, but since this one's black, it doesn't really matter. But I gotta figure out how I'm even gonna show this. Well, okay. Basically, sorry about that light. You're looking at a shirt. I usually cut from about, like, right here on the sleeve. And then when I go across, I just dip right under the neckline. So, yeah, I'll show you guys. I guess I'll try to do it on the chair right here. I didn't really think this through very much, so you gotta bear with me. Will that be good? Maybe I should just try to do it on my bed. No, this looks good. Okay. Can you guys see that? God, I feel like a retard. So yeah, I'm gonna start about right here. And like I said, you just gotta gotta start cutting. But I usually make my marks on both sides before I do it. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect unless you're like OCD. So I just use my fingers and go over there and do the exact same, like, little snip. See, like, I'm not really worried about this shirt, so. But if it's a shirt you care about, you should probably do it on a little bit more of a comfortable surface. But you're gonna want to stretch the shirt as, like, far, you know, like, stretch it out as much as possible. Like I said, from the initial cut, you're gonna want to go as straight across the neckline as you possibly can, and then just cut right back up to where the other snip is, so that it'll be even. And okay, on this one, okay, it's a little, that's pretty straight, that's pretty good. So, now I'm going to show you guys how to do the little, like, once again on this Avenged Sevenfold shirt, like, oh, that's the back. Doesn't really matter, it shows it either way. Okay, so what I do, and you want to, you can really do this either way, like, I'm just going to sit with it since I'm showing you guys, but, you're just going to want to take it and make sure this is, like, folded nicely. But you got to do it right on both sides. What I did, I just went, shit. This is really hard to show. I'll just put it down on my lap. You just basically, sorry about my phone, got a text. And, you know, you cut them, like, really thin. And you probably are going to want to wash it first with the, like, so that these little strips, like, you pull them too, so they'll get a little more flimsy if you don't have time to wash it. But you just cut little, and right here where the, like, sew part is, that's okay to cut. I used to be afraid to cut that, but it's fine. And you cut just basically all the way up until your cut of the neckline, so, So yeah, that's, like I said, you gotta wash it first to have that like flimsy look. But it works, and like I said, you pull on these things, and it'll have the, yeah. And then one more thing I kind of wanted to show you is on this shirt, obviously I don't have the little like things, but I did cut the sleeves, like, I'm going to pull this back. I did cut the sleeves. See, this looks like a really girl cut shirt, but it started out like a regular t-shirt. I cut the sleeves like at an angle, you know, to make it like that really girly cut shirt, because that was cheaper, and I figured I could fix it myself at home. So to do that, it's really simple. You literally just cut, like, here's the sleeve. You just cut from like here up at an angle. So I'm going to do that. And like, it's really a lot easier. You got to bear with me, guys, like, to lay it down to do it. So I'm just going to do that. Like, I mean, I showed you the line that I cut, so that I was going to cut. So that's basically how you do it. I hope this tutorial doesn't suck. I've never done one before, but I hope you guys could see it pretty well. I'm going to be mad if I have to retape this over again and cut a different shirt. I'm really going to have to fix this later if it's ever going to be wearable again. But yeah, see, on that side I got the girl looking sleeve going on, and it would still hang off the shoulders. And yeah, that was my tutorial on how to cut a shirt. Hope you guys liked it. Yep, see you later.